A very good evening from the newsroom. The news for this Wednesday, the 14th of February. The Seychelles Infrastructure Agency has said that it has begun working with the 20 Cascade homeowners whose houses have been earmarked for reconstruction. SIA's CEO, Jitesh Shah, made the announcement in a press conference held this morning. Of the private properties, the agency has already worked on 193 and completed emergency works on 47. The government has also approved a total of 2.2 million rupees to be paid in 89 requests to replace sliding doors and windows.
We've got 92 applications and quotations for assistance for replacement of sliding windows and sliding doors. We've approved 89 of them, which amounts to 2.2 million rupees. We also have received 60 quotations for renovation works, and 35 of these have been visited already, and 20 have been approved for payment, which amounts to 4.1 million rupees. Out of these 20 cases, 7 of them we required the homeowners to go back and renegotiate with the contractors, and after the negotiation, the total amount was brought down by 1.05 million rupees on just 7 cases. So this just highlights a little bit that there does appear to be certain people trying to gain an additional advantage from the situation that has taken place at CCCL, and this is very unfortunate. Of course, this has an impact moving forward on how we also go about doing our work. It just means that there has to be a lot more scrutiny on our side, because we know that there are such incidents happening. More scrutiny means the process takes longer. It takes more resources from our side as well, which is very unfortunate, and it delays the process for everybody else who are doing things honestly. We've dealt with 185 cases that are non-insured out of the 354 private, which amounts to about 52% of the total private dwellings. And our data also shows, this is based on information we've received from the homeowners, that about 42% of them have insurance. So if we add the two figures together, it means about 94% of the private houses are being assisted either through government assistance or through their insurers at this point in time. And in terms of the financial side, with respect to the agreements that we've had to sign with people, there is, of course, certain legal aspects that we need to take into account to protect both us and the individuals in the future. And we've spoken a little bit about the funds in the disaster fund not being necessarily taxpayers' money donations. However, there is a responsibility, there's an expectation from the donors that government is going to spend these funds wisely and responsibly and for the right reasons. So it is our duty to ensure that that is being done. And unfortunately, that means that assessments need to be done, things need to be signed off, and there needs to be accountability.
During the start of Lent today, Father Maurice Milandou, the parish priest of Good Shepherd's Church, has asked school children to change their behavior. Father Milandou was speaking during a mass attended by Montfleury Primary School students to celebrate Ash Wednesday, which is the start of the Easter season.
Children from Montfleury Primary School from P3 to P6, accompanied by their teachers, filled the Good Shepherd's Church this morning to attend the Mass celebrating Ash Wednesday, which is the first day of Lent. This is a day of purification of body and mind. For Christians, it is a day of penance based on prayer and fasting. During the Mass, the children receive the ashes on their foreheads. The Lenten season allows Christians to recognize their mistakes and ask for forgiveness. The ashes that the priest places on the foreheads of the faithful come from burned palm leaves. These palm leaves were used on Palm Sunday last year. In his sermon, Father Maurice Milandou urged the children to change their behavior and become good Christians. He told them not to steal, fight, lie, tease each other, and disrespect their elders and teachers, and also to continue praying. During this 6-week period of Lent, Christians typically observe times of sacrifice, prayer, and other religious activities leading up to Easter, the day of the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
President Wavel Ramkalawan has congratulated the 27 chief executives and senior government officials who recently graduated from an intensive executive leadership program. The program, sponsored by the United Arab Emirates, took place over the months of October 2023 to February 2024. Among the topics they have covered during their training were strategic foresight and scenario planning, policy and strategic performance management, digital transformation, leading the future, and agile leadership. President Ramkalawan also thanked the UAE government for its unwavering support and steadfast commitment to capacity building initiatives in Seychelles. President Ramkalawan joined several other world leaders at the World Government Summit being held in Dubai. The president delivered his keynote speech focusing on Seychelles' initiatives and approaches to ensure sustainable tourism and balance conservation.
I take this opportunity, speaking of international cooperation and partnership, to once again advocate for the adoption of a multidimensional vulnerability index, the MVI, which calls for the comprehensive assessment of vulnerabilities to be taken into consideration, and not only the traditional economic metrics for a country to access concessional financing for its development needs. Seychelles' unique geographical challenges, such as susceptibility to climate change and small island status, like all the other islands of the Indian Ocean, leaders who have spoken before me, underscore the importance of a nuanced approach considering various dimensions of vulnerability, including environmental, social, and economic factors. We are not begging as small island developing states. We are not asking for grants. What we are asking for is the opportunity to access concessional finance. In the absence of the MVI, states like Seychelles and Mauritius will continue to be excluded from much-needed finance for their commitment to sustainable development and resilience-building efforts. Finally, Seychelles recognizes the importance of accurately measuring the economic impact of tourism. Collaboration with the United Nations World Tourism Organization on the Tourism Satellite Account project has been instrumental in understanding the industry's contribution to GDP, employment, and foreign exchange earnings.
The Public Health Authority is asking members of the public to practice a high level of hygiene, as the practice prevents the spread of several diseases, including cholera. Speaking to the media this afternoon, the Acting Public Health Commissioner, Dr. Meggy Louange, said the WHO has advised that there is an increase in cholera cases in several countries in Asia and Africa, two continents with which Seychelles has trade links. Dr. Louange has made clear that there are no cholera cases in the country, but it was important to stay alert for any eventuality.
In Seychelles, we've never had, to date, reported a cholera case, but because of the situation globally, we expect that we may eventually receive unimported cases of cholera. In this respect, the Ministry of Health needs to ensure that we have a plan in place and that we are prepared for any eventuality. And to do this, we are working closely with our partners, mainly the Public Utilities Company, Department of Education, Tourism, and other departments to ensure that we keep cholera at bay. Cholera can be prevented, and especially if the country, like Seychelles, we have a high percentage of sanitation. So people have access to potable water, about 95% of the population. They also have access to adequate sanitation, over 95%, and the rest is basic hygiene. So we are confident that the ministry will be able, in the eventuality that we have a case reported in the country, to be able to manage and control the outbreak.
And with this, we end this news summary. At 7:40, there'll be a local program, Sous-Marin. Thank you for watching. Have a very lovely evening.